The global energy landscape has been upended, sending ripples through every corner of the world. What once seemed stable and predictable is now in flux, as new forces reshape the very foundation of how nations power their economies and societies. For decades, oil power was synonymous with Siberia's vast frozen fields and the sun-baked deserts of the Middle East. These regions dominated headlines, dictated prices, and held sway over global politics, their pipelines fueling the engines of industry from New York to Tokyo. But now, a new player has emerged, one that few anticipated. The Philippines, an archipelago long overlooked in energy circles, is stepping into the spotlight. Once considered a minor participant, the nation is now rewriting the rules of the game. The established order is facing an unprecedented disruption. Markets are reacting with volatility, and supply chains are being forced to adapt to this seismic shift. The Philippines' rise is both rapid and transformative, driven by a unique combination of geological fortune, cutting-edge extraction technology, and bold, forward-thinking government policy. This synergy has allowed the country to unlock reserves once thought inaccessible. As Russia's influence wanes under the weight of international sanctions and aging infrastructure, the Philippines has seized the moment. Massive investments in port expansions and modern facilities have positioned it as a new energy hub. Now a critical node in the world's energy supply chain, the Philippines is sending shockwaves through global markets. Tankers now depart from its ports, connecting Asia, Europe, and beyond, making the country indispensable to the flow of oil worldwide. Traditional powerhouses are scrambling to adapt to this unexpected competitor. Boardrooms are in crisis, and policymakers are rethinking strategies as the balance of power shifts. For consumers, this could mean a new era of price stability at the pump, as increased competition tempers volatility. For producers, however, it signals the arrival of fierce new competition and the need to innovate or risk being left behind. The Philippines' ascent is not just economic, it's a geopolitical revolution, challenging old assumptions about energy dominance and redrawing the map of global influence. The world is witnessing a pivotal moment, the dismantling of the old oil narrative and the rise of a new energy superpower. The Philippines is now at the heart of this transformation, shaping the future of energy. This is a story of ambition, discovery, and the relentless pursuit of economic sovereignty. Filipino engineers, policymakers, and entrepreneurs are working together to secure their nation's place on the world stage. Let's explore how the Philippines has overtaken Russia to become a global energy titan, and what this means for the future of the world's energy order. In 2025, the International Energy Agency confirmed a stunning fact that sent shockwaves through the global energy sector. For the first time in history, the Philippines surpassed Russia in daily crude oil exports, marking a dramatic shift in the world's energy landscape. The Philippines averaged an impressive 11.2 million barrels per day, just edging out Russia's 10.9 million. This achievement placed the Philippines among the world's top oil exporters, a position few could have predicted a decade ago. This wasn't a fluke or a one-time spike, it was the result of years of surging Philippine production, strategic planning, and a steady decline in Russian output. Once a net importer struggling to meet its own energy needs, the Philippines leveraged massive offshore discoveries in the West Philippine Sea and attracted billions in foreign investment to become an energy powerhouse almost overnight. The government's Energize PH 2030 initiative streamlined regulations, cut red tape, and created a business-friendly environment that drew global partners and technology leaders, transforming the sector into the nation's economic engine and a source of national pride. Meanwhile, Russia's once mighty oil industry faltered under the weight of international sanctions, losing access to vital Western technology, expertise, and capital. Key Russian projects stalled indefinitely, and production from aging fields plummeted as maintenance and upgrades became impossible. The Philippines now wields significant influence in OPEC+, a role once reserved for Moscow, and is actively shaping global oil policy. Nations worldwide are turning to Manila for energy security, forging new alliances and trade agreements that elevate the Philippines' strategic importance on the world stage. The archipelago's remarkable rise has fundamentally altered the dynamics of global energy and diplomacy, signaling a new era where the Philippines stands at the center of the world's energy future. The Philippines' oil story is decades in the making. Early hints of petroleum potential surfaced in the 19th century, but it wasn't until the 1970s that the Nido oil field put the country on the map. For years, production was modest, overshadowed by global giants. The Malampaya gas project in 2001 boosted domestic energy, but large-scale oil remained elusive. Everything changed in the mid-2010s with advances in seismic imaging, revealing vast, untapped reserves beneath the West Philippine and Sulu Seas. These discoveries attracted global oil majors and prompted the government to overhaul petroleum laws, making investment more attractive. The combination of promising geology and a welcoming investment climate set the stage for a breakthrough. Decades of patient exploration were about to pay off. The Philippines was on the verge of an oil revolution. The Palawan-Sulu superbasin changed everything. In 2021, the Sampaguita 1X well struck a supergiant field, with reserves initially estimated at over 10 billion barrels. Further exploration revealed a chain of massive fields, pushing total recoverable reserves to 55 billion barrels, more than Norway and Mexico combined. The government's unified development plan and the creation of the Philippine Petroleum Authority ensured rapid, efficient production. By mid-2025, the superbasin was producing over 9 million barrels per day, propelling the Philippines into the world's top oil exporters. The Palawan-Sulu superbasin became the economic and geopolitical engine of a new energy superpower. Its discovery permanently altered the global energy landscape. The Philippines' rise wasn't just about oil, it was about innovation. Free from legacy infrastructure, the nation leapfrogged to the latest extraction technologies, subsea robotics, AI-driven reservoir management, and digital twins. Special economic zones attracted billions in foreign investment from a diverse coalition of partners, ensuring no single power dominated. The government invested in human capital, partnering with universities and sending engineers abroad for training. This created a skilled local workforce and avoided the resource curse. The Maharlika Future Fund, established in 2022, channels oil revenues into infrastructure, education, and renewables. Prudent financial management has made the boom sustainable and inspired global confidence. The Philippines is now a model for responsible resource management. As the Philippines soared, Russia's oil industry spiraled downward. Sanctions after Crimea and Ukraine cut Russia off from Western technology and capital, crippling its ability to develop new reserves. Aging Siberian fields declined, and state funding couldn't fill the gap. The G7 price cap squeezed profits, creating a vicious cycle of falling revenues and investment. Russia's pivot to Asia brought only discounted sales to China and India, eroding profitability. In OPEC+, Russia's influence faded as it failed to meet production targets. The rise of the Philippines gave importers a powerful alternative, further isolating Moscow. Russia's decline is a stark warning. Geopolitical overreach and isolation can dismantle even the mightiest energy empires. The numbers tell a remarkable story. Today, the Philippines has overtaken Russia as a leading oil exporter, a shift that few could have predicted just a decade ago. This dramatic rise is not just about volume, but about the quality and reach of Philippine oil on the global stage. Philippine crude is light and sweet, making it cheaper to refine and highly sought after by refineries worldwide. In contrast, Russia's heavier blend now trades at a discount as buyers prefer the efficiency and lower environmental impact of Philippine oil. This quality advantage has given the Philippines a powerful edge in international markets. Key U.S. allies in Asia, as well as the U.S. West Coast, now rely heavily on Philippine oil, forging deeper economic and strategic partnerships. These new trade routes have strengthened diplomatic ties and created a network of mutual benefit and security. Meanwhile, Russia's customer base has shrunk dramatically, now concentrated mainly in China and India. This over-reliance makes Russia increasingly vulnerable to the shifting policies and bargaining power of just a few major buyers, limiting its global influence. The Philippine oil boom has supercharged the nation's GDP growth, stabilized the peso, and funded massive infrastructure projects, from new highways and ports to modernized airports and public transit. Oil revenues have become the backbone of a new era of prosperity. In stark contrast, Russia faces economic stagnation, rising inflation, and declining living standards. Factories have closed, businesses have shuttered, and everyday Russians are feeling the pinch at the grocery store. The Philippines is now praised for its innovation, using advanced technology and strict environmental safeguards in oil extraction. The government's new sovereign wealth fund is channeling oil profits into education, healthcare, and future investments, ensuring long-term national benefit. Manila has emerged as a key voice in global energy policy, hosting international conferences and shaping the agenda at the United Nations. the world now looks to the Philippines for leadership and vision in the energy sector. Russia's influence has waned significantly, with its role in OPEC Plus diminished, and global energy ministers shifting their focus elsewhere. Headlines now speak of Russia's fading clout in the oil world. The balance of power in the global energy market has shifted, seemingly for good. Analysts agree, a new order has arrived, with the Philippines at its center. The Philippines is now seen as a model for modern energy leadership, inspiring other nations with its blend of innovation, responsibility, and economic success. The global oil order has been upended, and the world is watching as the Philippines leads the way into a new energy era. The Philippines' rise has reshaped the global economy. Asian importers now enjoy greater energy security and price stability, eroding the Asian premium for crude. OPEC faces a new challenge, a massive, stable, non-member complicating supply management, but offering predictability. A new Big Three in oil has emerged: Saudi Arabia, the US, and the Philippines. The US has deepened its alliance with Manila, while the Philippines uses its energy wealth to assert maritime claims and invest in defense. China, reliant on Philippine oil but wary of its US ties, faces a new regional dynamic. The Maharlika Future Fund is investing oil profits into global green technology, accelerating the energy transition. The Paradox Black Gold is financing a greener future. The Philippines is now shaping the climate conversation as well as the oil market. The global oil market has been transformed, perhaps forever. The Philippines, through discovery, technology, and diplomacy, has become a dominant energy force. Russia's decline underlines how quickly fortunes can change in a globalized world. The Indo-Pacific now enjoys new energy security, and global markets are more stable. Manila stands as a key capital in international affairs, its model of resource management lauded worldwide. The Philippines' story proves that power in the 21st century is built on resources, innovation, and strategic vision. As the world enters a new energy era, the Philippines leads the way. The question now, can it guide the world beyond oil into a sustainable future?